Welcome to another episode of WaterparkRanger's Let's Play Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. In the last episode, we got a spellbook that powered up her spells, and in this one, we were told to look for Ginny's missing things that she dropped in the fireplaces she passed, and a vial from Mulpepper's apothecary, which is where we're going right now.
Excuse me, how much is this potion vial?
It costs 8 sickles.
I'd like to buy that, please.
Thank you. You're very welcome to fill your potion vial with Wiggenweld's Stamina Potion. The Wiggenweld's in the large cauldron, over there.
So this works a lot like an empty bottle from the Legend of Zelda series, but it only holds Wiggenweld's Stamina Potion. You can tell whether or not you have potion or not, because that little icon will be empty, or in this case, once we get it, it'll be purple. And basically, what happens is if you're knocked down by enemies and you need to be revived, if you have Wiggenweld Stamina Potion, you don't even need to drink it, because it'll do it automatically. It'll revive you on the spot. Really useful function. To get Ginny's first item, just run across the street into the magical menagerie.
I'm feeding the stock. Out.
So this is a magical menagerie, and it's the first kind of difficult part of the game, because you're going to have to use stealth to sneak by this person. Don't get caught.
Didn't you hear me, boy? I said it. We're closed now. Go away. I don't know kids today.
The idea is that there's a back room you need to get into, but the door is locked, and in order to open it, you have to hit the Hogwarts switch on the wall. Once again, I'm not sure why it's a Hogwarts switch, but don't get seen, because if you do, he'll fire a spell that stops you in your tracks, and then he'll catch you, and then you'll have to do it all over, and there's an annoying load time. So just run to the switch, don't stop, push the button, and then really quick get through the open door. Also, don't stay too close to the shelves, because you'll see there's a fire crab that'll shoot at you. That can give you away and also do some damage. So in this back room, we have Ginny's first item, the brass scales. And this treasure chest, we also have a wizard card. Now this next part's kind of weird, because you're going to have to escape from the magical menagerie, but it doesn't make sense. If he doesn't want you in his shop, then why would he catch you and stop you from leaving? To pay for your crime of breaking in? So just wait there for a moment and then run around the corner. If you just run out automatically, he'll find you, but also if you wait for too long, he can also find you. So you just wait for that amount of time, then you go out. The next place you're going to go out to is Gamble and Jake's. It's the wizarding joke shop, and it was actually mentioned in the first episode with that power testing device. That's going to come into play again here. First, go to the left. There's a secret you can find with Lumos. Just push that bookcase aside, and in the back room, you've got some sickles and barrels. They're good to collect as long as you're in Diagon Alley. And another treasure chest with a wizard card. You don't need to worry about saving sickles up or anything, because they're going to be useless after you leave Diagon Alley, which will be really soon. And there's only really one thing you can buy aside from those 2 necessary items here, and I'm going to be showing that in just a little bit. For now, you want to just avoid the counter and go into the back room. No one's here to catch you this time. This is much easier. Here's the part with the magical measurer, not magical menagerie. Just charge it down and use the power to open up the door. If you charge it down for too long, you'll fall over. It won't work. But also just normal attacks won't do it. So now that we have both items, there's only one more we really need to find. Before you leave, you do want to talk to the guy at the counter. Not just because he has an awesome voice.
4 sickles for a pack of 10.
4 sickles for a pack of 10. So these stink pellets, you can buy like 15 at a time. We can only hold 15. You'll see what they do. You equip them like a spell, and they're good for sneaking past people, but it's also just nice to get a reaction out of people when you throw it.
Some stink pellets.
See, even though we're throwing them at him, he still has to sell them to us. Too bad for him. Now we just have to get that one last item of Ginny's, and you can find that in the leaky cauldron. These people are just in the way. I don't have a personal grudge against them or anything. So, the leaky cauldron. You want to talk to Tom the bartender just 'cause it's fun.
There's more than butterbeer down in the cellar, you know, Mr. Potter.
There's more than butterbeer down in the cellar, you know, Mr. Potter. So that said, go to the cellar, there's a few sickles, and Ginny's item. But it's a trap. So Tom locks you in the cellar of the leaky cauldron. Nothing down here to eat but butterbeer. Which is basically cream soda, if you've been to Wizarding World. There are actually a few Birdie Bots beans in the barrels and bottles down here. So you might want to just collect a few of them. Also, there are enemies in here called fire crabs, and if you're too close to them, they'll shoot fire at you. So you want to get them from a distance with Flipendo to stun them, and then run past them before they can right themselves. Because right now, you can't really defeat these enemies, just momentarily disarm them, pretty much. And if you're hit, they'll actually do a decent bit of damage for their size. And also, you lose a few beans, so that's not good either. Now, what you have to do is get past these barrels, which are, for some reason, rolling out of the wall. I don't know why that's there. But anyway, there are some more beans to get over here. And also, Lumos is just good because this door is in such a dark corner, it can be difficult to see. Lumos is actually pretty useful, because there are going to be some parts of the game later where it's just so ridiculously dark. Like here, it's very dark, but all you really have to do is sneak on the wall. Just hold down the sneak and sneak across, just making sure you haven't forgotten it, since that alley back at Borgin and Burke's. If you fall down, it's no big deal. There's a ladder you can climb back up. But the idea is to push that box off, because with the box you can push it across to that ledge, and then you can climb up to the new area. It's a lot like Zelda. Even the controls are the same as the block pushing from Ocarina of Time. There's one more bottle. Beans. And the way out is revealed with Lumos, once again. And you'll find yourself back in the main room with the leaky cauldron. And now you can go back and get Ginny's last item, which previously you tried to get, but you fell down. But now that you hit that switch, you made it so that that trapdoor won't open up on you. With that said, we have all of the items, so let's go back to the Weasleys. So there are the Weasleys.
Hello there, Harry. I found all your things, Ginny. Oh, Harry, you're so
I know.
wonderful. No, really. It was nothing.
You're such a kind boy, Harry. Here, have a chocolate frog.
We have to eat more than chocolate frogs and pumpkin
Thank you,
pastries.
Mrs. Weasley.
Gilderoy Lockhart signing copies of his latest book in Flourish and Blots. We were thinking of going in to see him. Would you like to come with us?
We don't have much of a choice.
Oh, well, okay then. Thanks.
Let's go inside.
So this next cutscene is kind of interesting, you'll see why. But anyway, this is really weird. Look at the objectives. It literally just tells you to go into the door.
Great Scott! Is that... No, surely not. It is. It's Harry Potter!
In a few seconds, applause is literally going to come out of nowhere from 4 people in the room.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the perfect moment for me to make an important announcement. I have great pleasure in announcing that this term, I will be taking up the post of Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry.
Perfect time to make an announcement? Nobody's here.
Bet you loved that, didn't you, Potter? Famous Harry Potter. Can't even go into a bookshop without making
Who said I made the front page?
Leave him alone. He didn't want all that.
Potter's got a girlfriend.
I suppose your parents will go hungry for a month to pay for all the books you're going to need at Hogwarts. Here, girl, take this one. It's the least I can do to help out the poor and needy.
He really is the jerk.
Let me give you some coaching, Harry. Fame is a fickle friend, and I would encourage you to be careful how you play the fame game, so to speak. Be sparing with your public appearances at first, and watch the company you keep.
Harry!
Why, I remember the time when I was writing my second bestseller, Gadding with Cools.
Harry, we've missed the train!
I believe the more exposure I got in the press, the better my career would progress.
Missed the train?
Trouble was, I became overexposed.
Yes! The Hogwarts Express left 5 minutes ago!
And it wasn't until I went mysteriously missing for 3 weeks,
Oh no! What are we going to do?
subsequently leaking the story to the Prophet.
Well, I know that Dad took the flying car to work this morning. It's parked in Charing Cross Road.
It had been captured by trolls in the wilds of Stockton-on-Tees
Okay, it's our only chance of getting to school on time.
that I managed to regain my former prominent position as the world's most popular wizard. Harry? Oh,
Poor guy.
I'll meet you in the courtyard outside the leaky cauldron.
So yeah, in the next episode we're going to go with Ron and see if we can get to school by stealing a car. So let's just save for now. And I'll see you next episode, as soon as Ron talks to us.
Ready to go to Hogwarts, Harry? You know, Ron, I'm really not sure about this. We've got to get to school, haven't we? And even underage wizards are allowed to use magic if it's a real emergency. Section 19 or something of the restriction thingy. You're sure you can fly it okay? What's it look like? I'm doing all right, aren't I? Yeah, I suppose. So far.